Jelani Still, man. Welcome to Conversations with Everyday Christians. How we feeling today?
Hey, I'm good.
Good?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
How's it feel to be back on the channel back on the channel officially? The first time I interviewed you, I wasn't Swag TV. I was just Tony G interviewing random people about random topics.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. I think it's a good thing you're doing. Just try to get some perspectives of different people out there.
Yeah. Conversations with everyday Christians exist to share the thoughts and experiences of Christian individuals with a biblical worldview on topics of literally any and everything in life.
Right. That's good. Yeah.
So it's just going to be me talking to people like yourself, an everyday Christian. You consider yourself an everyday Christian?
I am a Christian.
Are you everyday Christian?
I am an everyday Christian.
Okay.
Not a Sunday Christian.
Not a Sunday Christian?
Yeah. Every day.
That's a good point, because we do have these CEOs.
Oh, what? CEO? I'm not familiar.
Christian and Easter, no, Christmas and Easter only.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never heard it as a CEO, but yeah.
Yeah, CEO.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of those and
Sunday only Christians.
Sunday only Christians. Yeah,
Christians.
Sunday only Christians. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're an everyday Christian.
Every day.
Right. You don't just take the Jesus coat on and off.
Oh no, I can't take it off.
You can't take it off.
Ain't nowhere where I can take it off.
Once you covered in the blood, you covered.
I am covered. I am covered,
okay.
And nothing can pluck me out of His hands.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Well, today, man, I got you on the channel. I got you on the channel to talk about politics. Politics is always going to be a hot button topic, but I'm going to try and have this conversation in such a way that no one's toes get stepped on. When I say no one's toes get stepped on, I don't mean not to talk on issues or topics that might step on people's toes, but I do mean to have the conversation in a way that will be charitable to people on with a broad variety of perspectives.
I understand.
With a broad variety of perspectives. You know, acknowledging. What did Drake say? He just wants the credit where it's due. What song is that?
I don't know.
Started from the bottom.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's what the song is. I think it's just started from the bottom.
I'm too Christian for that.
You too Christian for it?
I don't know. I'm just.
Well, you know, Drake had that one song.
What is that?
God's Plan.
Oh yeah, I like that song.
You like that song? He says God in it.
Not because he says God in it. I think that that's a whole
nother conversation.
Conversation for another day.
Right.
Yeah. No.
We talk about politics.
So I think I understand what you're saying about like not stepping on anyone's toes. And politics, religion, tend to do that because people get offended, and we hold to our causes very strongly, and I get it, and I'll try my best to say what it is that I have as a view and what I have observed and interpreted through my understanding as a Christian.
Say what you want. It's gonna go through editing anyway, and 90% of the stuff is probably gonna be kept. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So. I'm just gonna say it then, right?
Right, just say it.
If you're gonna edit it, then
I gotta ask, man. What kind of got you interested in looking or I guess learning about politics? Was it articles when you were a child? Was it kind of seeing the things happening in America? What kind of piqued your interests or caused the light bulb to come on for you?
Oh, it's a social science.
Politics is a social science.
Yes, and I think I like all things social science. So I just have an interest in just kind of peeping in on what's going on in society and just trying to make some sense out of it. And when I discovered that it could be measured or somehow studied, then you begin to make interpretations with truth. Or some empirical evidences that would back you up a little bit. I won't just be making statements. I like to just make statements though.
Yeah.
It's like I ain't studied this, but it seemed like it could be true.
Well, I'm not certainly here I am interviewing you I know a little something about it, or a little more than the average,
But I think here's the thing, though. So regardless if you're not a social science scientist, and neither am I, and yet we can sit in a living room and kind of like discuss like how we are made to feel about things that are happening in our world, and to make some sense about it. I think that how we're made to feel about it is just as credible as someone who went out and studied it and
regardless
collected.
of our expertise, we have an opinion on it.
And the fact that we can provide information in this, like through means like this, could probably be used as some sort of a data point for some people to see what are the thoughts of people out here. Thoughts, not just thoughts of Christians, but like people, we have thoughts and opinions, and and whether right or wrong, they're there.
They're there regardless of
Absolutely.
like, people are having these conversations.
Right.
It's interesting. I know for me, what really got me into politics was kind of looking at it from my doorway into politics was like kind of like looking at it from an economical perspective, right? I don't know how it is for everyone else, but for me, the thing that made me say I want to learn about this social science was kind of looking at the condition of the African American community, those specifically descended from American chattel slavery, and saying, hey, we don't have the same resources as other Americans, as majority culture, white Americans, and even other minorities when you compare, the data, like wealth data and other kinds of data, intra-minority, if you will. And that really got me thinking and was like, okay.
Yeah, what's going on here?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's really happening? Like what is and so you could see like throughout history, like those sort of disparities exist, and it was through politics, people like really infiltrating the political system to change or to even make changes, and I think that like aspects of the civil rights movement, they had to play some political games somehow. How did Martin Luther King wind up talking with Lyndon B. Johnson and before the Civil Rights Act of 1964? I don't know the full story, but he was there, and so it had to be a political move that got him there. And so it was a very powerful, non-violent protest against a political system that made it legal to have laws to segregate people, and to have laws to actually build systems that separate groups and people and classes of people. And so I think that being able to, in order to challenge those systems, you gotta get political. So hats off to those who study political science for the right reasons and use it for the right reasons, and
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
We are talking politics right now, but one thing I've noticed in my conversations and just the things that interest me, I find, and you probably found this too, but sometimes people really don't like to engage in politics. People don't like to talk about politics. They're like, I don't want to even talk politics. And like you said, politics and religion can be hot button.
Yeah.
But just strictly talking about politics right now, why do you think, I guess, some people or certain groups, not even certain groups, why do you think certain people don't want to talk about politics?
I mean, it's just the way that makes them feel, and it's uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable to hear a viewpoint that challenges your own, all right? And so in a conversation about politics, you might say something that challenges a viewpoint that I might have, and the way I feel about it, and the way I might feel about the relationship that we're in that context, that subject stands to threaten, all that that we have together, and then also threaten the way I feel about it. And some people just don't like to be challenged. Some, it's like kind of taking. I don't actually know an analogy right now. It's like I'm drawing a blank, but it's really it's. I don't want to talk about this because I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't agree with you,
right?
Or you don't agree with me, and I feel so deeply about it that I don't want to ruffle feathers, or I don't want my feathers ruffled. And it's just safer psychologically for many, safer to just avoid the topic altogether.
And it's interesting. I think what you said about not wanting feelings to be heard, politics has a way of bringing forth to the very center of the conversation topics about values, beliefs,
Yes, and that
cultural,
yes,
and economical kind of,
realities. Yes.
that, like you said, certain people would rather not talk about because of
Yeah, they just want to
disagreements
close their eyes to it,
or other things. I do think there is a segment of individuals, not strictly speaking about a particular people group, but there is a segment of like just there's the individual that just doesn't want to talk about politics because they don't want to do the research, if that makes sense. Like, because it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of news and laws and all kinds of stuff
we got
going
a
on.
Roger information coming to us at one time these days, and so you don't know what's real, what's fake. You got politicians who are out there just politicking, and they are not really about serving people. You have people who literally and legit believe that they should not be involved in politics, and you have groups like the Jehovah's Witnesses. They are not going out and vote. And they can care less. They think that this is passing, and it's like really worldly, and they are so otherworldly that this is not a thing to participate in. And those and other groups who may have whatever reason it is that, whether it be a conviction from their religious standpoint, a belief system that keeps them out the game or out of politics, is not, or just, and it is sometimes personal. And I think that I am sensitive to all of that. And I've had conversations about politics where I got hot. You get.
You had to throw a chair and be like, "What you mean you don't support?"
I didn't throw a chair though. Yeah. However, I got like, I'm in my feels though. Like this is not like I'm ready to, like I can't believe you believe that. That kind of thing. And it's like, but that's that. You're still talking to somebody who literally believes something different than you, and then here I am being challenged by your beliefs, or you are challenged by my beliefs, and we're looking at each other like, how are we going to live, or how are we going to even continue this conversation civilly, when we're in our fields like this? And I don't know, it's connected to all kinds of things, and I don't want to get into the psychology of all of that. I'll leave it there. I think for the most part, people don't like discussing politics because it is, it touches on the core of people's values and beliefs. And I think there was a rule in the workplace, in many workplaces, like, we don't discuss religion or politics because, like, people, it's so integral to who one call themselves or identify themselves as.
And it's not necessarily politics, but the politics of their beliefs that kind of get like actualized in these policies.
Well, their beliefs and values, it's the basis. It serves as the basis for how they show up in the political arena.